What's up, guys? This is LordSevein, and I just wanted to bring you this little developer interview that I happened across on Saturday's live stream. I was playing this new Minecraft mod called MineZ. It's basically DayZ for Minecraft, which is was really cool. I was playing it on live stream, just kind of messing around, dying a lot as usual. And all of a sudden, I was looking in chat, and there was this guy answering all these like really in-depth questions about the mod, and the chat was kind enough to let me know that he was one of the developers, and that was really cool. So I started asking him some questions in chat and just over stream, and one thing led to another, and got him into a Skype call. And turns out he's a builder for the project. He has built a lot of the cities and the roads and that kind of stuff, which was really cool. And I thought, well, why not just do an off-the-cuff interview? So this is it, and hopefully it'll give you guys some insight onto the mod and kind of where it's going. This is something I'm going to be covering a lot in the near future. I think Ian and I are talking about doing some videos, and I'm going to be doing some videos myself here in the near future. But I'm in the beta. I'm really enjoying it. So if you don't know anything about it, you should check out the info links in the description, and otherwise enjoy. All right.
Hello.
There we go. Gotcha.
Hey.
Hey, going fantastic. So that's a little crazy. Have you always been a part of the MineZ team here?
I don't want to say always a part of, but you know, let's put it like this: when I joined the server, there was a total of 4 structures on the map, as opposed to like the 150 there are now. So for quite a while.
Wow. So definitely been hanging out. So let us know a little bit about yourself and kind of what you do in the MineZ I guess environment, and what you're doing on the team, and kind of what some plans are.
Sure. Okay. Quick bio. My name on the server is Kensai. I am one of the MineZ builders. I've been with the team for pretty much since the start of the project, roughly. But not only as a builder, I mean every person on the team just kind of helps make decisions and what have you. So it goes much beyond that. But as far as building goes, I'm responsible for quite a few of the buildings. I built. Now, when I say I built, I mean, of course, in cooperation with the other team members, but the sewers underneath Romero are to my design. All the interior of Portsmouth, all of Frostbane. We just inserted the last town into the map about 2 days ago. So the build team is actually finished building as far as that goes, at least adding new buildings. Yeah, I've kind of been all over the map. Help do part of the road system, cleaning up water, filling holes, etc.
Wow, so definitely been very busy, very busy. So when you're playing, when you first heard about this, like who did you get in contact with someone, or did you just know someone who was going to start it, or did they put out like a post, some sort of Reddit, something like, hey, we're looking for builders, or?
Well, I've been friends with High Life TTU, the owner of the server, for quite some time. In fact, I was his admin way back in Minecraft Alpha, back
Mm-hmm.
when you ran a server, there was no mobs. Like mobs didn't exist on multiplayer.
So back in the
So,
day, like 8 months ago or something like that, a long time, maybe even
uh,
more.
yeah, about 2 or 3 years ago or so, I
Wow.
think is what the math comes out to. I know it's weird, but Minecraft's been out for a little while. Um, yeah, so since Minecraft Alpha days, I've been his admin, at least on that server, and then we kind of split up after the loss of that, and he went on to create another pretty popular mod. I'm sure you've seen other famous YouTubers talk about it, but HC factions or hardcore factions, he runs that as well. So after about the 3rd season of HC factions, he asked me to come join and come play again. So I begrudgingly joined his hardcore server and got the hell beat out of me. And he took a break. He was getting really burnt out with the hardcore gameplay mode of HC factions, and started playing DayZ. And it kind of stems from there, really.
Well, there you go. He just needed some fresh, some fresh aspects of Minecraft. So I could see that coming through there. And this is pretty. Uh-oh. Quick reboot. Oh, okay. I see the server just rebooted. No problem. But I could definitely see how that how this could be really addictive. Of course, DayZ very popular. I've yet to play it. I actually just downloaded it tonight. I was going to play it a little bit later on the stream, but I really like the kind of fast respawning if you happen to die. And I read somewhere that at some point in time that's going to be changed to have sort of like an increasing death cap to kind of put some less stress on the servers. When do you guys think that you're going to be rolling that out, and or any of the other release features? Or is it all going to be like all at once, or is it going to be kind of like one at a time?
Right. So for beta testers, I mean, you guys are going to be doing exactly that. You are our guinea pigs, and some things work and some things don't. We've had like everything from massive collapses of the server, DDoS attacks, to for example, when they added infection, like your ability to get hit by a zombie and become infected, there was a massive bug with it on day one where the infection stayed with you no matter what, and it created a real life pandemic on the server where everybody was touching each other and instantaneously dying, and it killed out the entire population of the server in a matter of 2 days. So yeah, we've had our ups and downs for sure. Now, as far as features and stuff and death bans, the death bans will not roll out until we're done with the game and it's released and open to the public. Simply because we need you guys beta testing that type of stuff. It's gonna do us no good if you're death banned all the time.
I guess that's true. Having to just sit there and wait. So yeah, I could definitely see how rolling that out when everything else is done. So do you guys have an approximate time frame for release? I see middle of July tossed around a lot. Is that still holding true? You guys wanting to add some more things before you get started?
Right. Well, as I stated, the build team is for the most part pretty much done. We added the very last town to the game about 2 days ago. That by no means are we done with the buildings. I'm sure you guys can tell a couple of buildings are a lot of cut and paste from public packs, and but I would say about a good 50% of the server is hand built or has been changed up by us, and we're going to continue that. I mean, there will be no just simple cut and paste buildings from any type of build packs. We are going to go in and hand edit everything. So the interior of almost every town is going to be changed in one way or another. And then our next step is to go in and hand delete every single chest in the game. And then place those strategically in a way that, for example, Romero is way too OP at the moment. So we want to go in and hand place these chests, and there's just simply pasted in there right now just to give beta testers something to find and keep playing. But we want to go in there and balance them out in such a way that you cannot stay in one town and have everything. I mean, we may make Romero really heavy with like health potions and starter gear, and then maybe Portsmouth has got all the food and things like that. And as we progress north, the better gear, the better loot. We want to keep you moving around the map, and we're gonna control that in any way we can as a developer.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, to make sure you're tempering what people find so that it's definitely a graduated curve. I found at first I thought I was doing great, and then I realized that you really have to search through different areas and different environments in order to get some of your different stuff. So I might find good tools or good weapons, but I wouldn't find very much food, and so that's kind of it's got an interesting learning curve when it comes to that. Like, okay, where do I go? What do I do to find this? And prioritizing kind of your time to find what you find most important to you at that
Right.
instant.
And another thing we were waiting on too is we have reached a limit now, and you already talked about this, where people who are donating, we're going to be getting like that donated to gold and platinum status. We're going to get buildings named after them, and we were kind of waiting for us to have enough of those type people that we can name everything and kind of set up what each building is going to be. Is this going to be a blacksmith? Is this going to be a shop? Is this going to be a church, etc.? I mean, the exterior design can sometimes help, like a church, a big giant cross. I mean, kind of gives it away. But other shops and stuff like that, it'd be harder to tell. But now that we're going to be able to put the signs out front, we can kind of arrange the loot tables as such as well, so that if you see a general store, there's probably going to be food or something in there. That way you can kind of better eyeball what the loot's going to be and where you kind of need to go. But we absolutely do have a year's worth of content already planned. So we are by no means done, but we do want to try to get the game done. We are shooting for July 15th, roughly. I mean, mid-July is has been said like a million times, but um, something that is being talked about at least. I'm sure you saw that Minecraft 1.3 was announced for August 1st, which is 2 weeks after.
Oh no. Throw a wrench in your guys' plan for sure.
Right. So we are debating, do we go ahead and release on the 15th and then 2 weeks later have to redo every server with the new updates and all the new building blocks, the new zombie AI, which they're rolling out, which, fantastic. We've only been working on the zombie AI for like 3 or 4 months now, trying to perfect it. So
Yeah, that could definitely that's going to make things a little bit more difficult to come around. But is it going to give you guys some more opportunities? Like 1.3, I know is kind of merging single player multiplayer. I think is the big thing that I saw. But is there anything in there that you saw, little juicy tidbits that you think would really help out MineZ as a mod overall?
Yes, I mean the big thing is since I am a builder, the changes to creative mode and having that nice tabbed and searchable blocks is going to be great. All the new building blocks, like the new half slabs and stairs, and the addition of redstone tripwire, I think is going to be really fun because I can't speak about it too much, but I am currently designing the end game, one of many end game areas of MineZ. And when I say end game area, that's something that we're going to deviate away from MineZ. I mean, Minecraft does have its strength, uh, different strengths than DayZ. I mean, we're built on a different engine. Um, so we are able to do stuff since we're based in like a medieval type time period. We can kind of have fun with that, and that's something DayZ is lacking. Is kind of once you get your gear, it's like, all right, well, let's go PvP people. So we wanted to have that option. Plus, we wanted to give you hard as balls dungeons to go through as well, with of course even better gear. It will be impossible for you to do solo, so PvPing will definitely take a curve drop for two reasons. One, when we implement the death ban, I mean, people missing from the server is definitely, I mean, when death has a consequence, you're going to be less likely to want to attack that guy. Two, you've already seen that we implemented when you kill someone, they become a zombie with all your loot on you. So if you're killing someone for the loot, now you also have to worry about the second you kill them, a zombie is going to spawn with all their stuff, which was also fixing the problem we were having with loot scattered all over the place after players were dying. By putting it on the zombie, it kind of makes the whole world a lot more cleaner. And it makes zombies more tempting to kill. But also by adding these elite areas, we're essentially making it impossible for you to progress through them without having a partner. So if you're just running around killing players all the time and not trying to make any type of friends at all, uh, good luck getting to the really good loot because the people who are willing to do a little bit of teamwork here and there are going to be rolling in some nice gear.
Yeah, I can. The forming that allies. That's something that's going to be really interesting. I saw on Reddit. You had made a post, or the admin had made a post about forts, player forts that you can kind of dedicate resources to. That you guys are going to be adding like a slowly spawning like ore rocks and things like that within mines or within some mountain caves that players can mine for resources and be able to kind of build up their own little base with NPCs and stuff to be able to trade, which is something that was coming up in 1.3, and being able to repair things like that. And it seems like right now it's very much about, okay, I get the highest gear, go kill people and go ruin kids' days. But I think here in the near future, I think it's going to become, like you said, really important to be able to form those alliances, make sure that you're not just absolutely just running around being a dick to everyone, because you're not going to be able to have some of those high level things like the forts and things like that. Ooh, a bandage.
Right. And something else, I mean, which was also covered as well, is those people who have already jumped in with the Kickstarter, and even people today that want to play and jump in on the Kickstarter for the beta. Um, we have already confirmed that people who have donated and either gotten the silver, gold, or platinum package, we are going to be making a private server for beta testers. Um, and one of those private servers will be a PvE only server, so it'll actually be impossible for you to hit other people. So if PvP is really a big problem for you, you can go there. Otherwise, if you want the fear of zombies plus not knowing who to kill people, we'll have the public servers plus private servers as well for donators.
Wow, so that's gonna you're gonna have like there's gonna be a lot of options though for people who want to kind of come in a little early and be able to have a really good experience. I know that right now on the main server, just because I'm too lazy to go on the other two servers, it's kind of crowded. There's like a lot of people walking around. It's hard to find some of the more common chests. I'm having to go up onto mountains and deep into the forest to find anything of value. So I think having that option to be able to hop into a less popular server for people who've donated is going to be really, really nice.
Right. I don't know if you saw, but we actually did a major server expansion yesterday. There are now 6 MineZ servers up,
Holy cow. That's a lot of
and
servers.
almost all of them are full due to the massive amount of people that are joining in on this, which is crazy.
Yeah, and at this point, it's still, I mean, people still need to donate to get in unless they've been kind of randomly lotto drawn in, correct?
Correct. And like I said, it will be free to play. We will have public servers. I mean, we are not making any money off of this. All donations go directly to the server costs. Period.
Awesome, and I think that's a really good way to do it because it allows people like myself who were interested in it at first, or people who have who kind of want to get in with their friends or whatever, can do so without and still be able to help out the developer, which is something that I've always kind of looked at as being pretty important with especially things like this that are pretty much solely player created, or take a lot of work through
Yeah,
development tools to get through. So this is something that's really cool. Are you guys gonna be able to have
absolutely.
enough servers for the initial demand?
You know what? We just jumped from 1 server to 2 to 6. Now, mind you, these we had a lot of people asking, are people going to be able to run their own MineZ server? And at this point, the word is no. And the reason is the servers that we are using are literally some of the best servers on the planet. And we have 6 of them up now. Um, he is currently getting in contact with a European host because people in Europe are complaining about lag. So we're building a European server for people in Europe. Um, Plus, we'll have the private beta servers, as well as the PvE server. Uh, so yeah, there's going to be a lot of servers up. Each one can contain 150 people too, which is crazy that we have this many people interested already just in beta, paid beta at that.
Wow. So yeah, definitely. You've got it covered for now, which is something that's awesome. Wow, this guy's super nice. He's giving me all kinds of potions and stuff. Thanks. But yeah, it seems like you guys are going pretty hard on it right now, which is something that's really nice to be able to see from developers that are just kind of really excited at getting into it. A lot of these Minecraft mods and areas and things like that. Who is this? He's giving me all his stuff. That is awesome. Uh,
I mean, on the plus side, you guys can see where the money is going. I mean, you can visually see it now with all these servers going up, and the amount of hardware that we're putting into this. I mean, we had to upgrade to DDoS protection because for being such a small mod, we have apparently pulled in a whole lot of hate. And we have a whole ton of famous YouTubers and stuff visiting our servers and things like that, which is a blessing and a curse sometimes.
mhm.
um, so that DDoS protection on these server boxes is $1,000
Oh
per
my
box.
goodness! Holy cow! That's super. That's very expensive.
So, yeah, these servers be expensive. Hence why you probably will not be able to run a MineZ server from your home.
Yeah, it seems.
Considering that we're on like top grade enterprise hardware and we're still kind of struggling keeping up with demand. Um, I really doubt someone's, box at home is going to be able to provide the same level of quality experience that we're able to provide for the time being. And I use those terms very loosely, all of them.
Yeah, it definitely seems like the requirements are going to be absolutely insane. Wow, someone is just being so generous right now. He's like coming up and he's bringing me bows and all kinds of stuff. Is that you?
No, it's not me. I'm currently logged
Oh
off.
no! Oh no! Ah, I'm dying. There we go. I think I can get this creeper faced guy. Maybe. Okay. Nope. Yep. I died. All that stuff went away. Oh well. But yeah, it seems like you guys are really, putting use. Like I feel normally $25. People are like, oh, $25. That's a lot to kind of get in on something that's still in alpha. But I definitely see that you guys are putting it to work and are doing good things with it. That I think I saw Juice Terra just a second ago. I have seen sea nanners at one point. So that's pretty insane. So that
Yeah, we have had Justra, Sea Nanners. We had Good was on earlier. We have Pause, Unpause, Vintage Beef, Donarak. So many talented people. I mean, yourself. We have tons of YouTubers and live streamers all over the world coming in. I think really the only people I haven't seen yet is Captain Sparkles, Yogscast, or Etho. And I would have a fanboy wet dream if Etho showed up. I love Etho. I think he's fantastic.
Yeah, no, for sure. It seems like a lot of people are catching on. I think it's just a matter of time too before Yogscast gets their hands on this, and then by then you guys should have enough to buy several servers or a third world country to just go ahead and host real MineZ on because people are really going to flock to this because DayZ is super popular. I think that it's definitely it may be the fad, but I think there's a lot of depth to the gameplay that's really player created. It's not something that you're forcing people to do. It's that well, if you guys want to hang out and kind of group up, you guys can form alliances, and there's going to be all kinds of like player driven content that's just going to come natural to it that I think is just going to have so much life. Like I can pretty much see myself playing this for a very long time. Maybe not consistently every single day for 2 years, but I can pick it up, after a week and play again and come back in and be able to see what's changed in the different alliance factions or in the world around me, that kind of stuff, see who's playing. So I think that you've definitely created, you and your team have definitely created something very cool here, and I think it's going to get just bigger and bigger as time goes on.
Yeah, I mean, we're very proud of what we've created, and I think our goal from the get-go has always been let's create a game that we want to play. Um, Not something that's going to, generate a whole ton of money, because God knows we wouldn't be doing something like a Minecraft mod if we wanted money. We would, we have the skills and the ability to do something else if we, just wanted to make a game and make a bunch of money or something. You know what I mean? We would make Farmville 4000 or whatever.
Farmville 4000. Yeah, that's definitely true, and I think that it shows in what you guys have been doing. I know at least for your part, the building aspect. I mean, there's some ruins that I was like, wow, I didn't know that Minecraft could look so good for block. Just like basically blocks to work with. You guys have made some really cool looking ruins, something that looks really old, really interesting to jump around in, and what I thought was safe before a player came up and nuked me off the top of the the fort there. But very cool, and I'm excited to see what you guys kind of add as you go along.
I think you're going to thoroughly enjoy our end game areas. I mean, I'm very much a Nintendo era kid. I mean, I grew up in the late '80s, early '90s with the NES, and I'm definitely a huge fan of hardcore games. And we we are not a serious mod by any means. I mean, you can kind of see that in the messages, we make fun of like zombie land references and all kinds of stuff. We're not a serious mod, and we don't proclaim to be, but those endgame areas and stuff are inspired by a lot of what we grew up with. So for example, you'll see references to Mega Man, Castlevania, Dark Souls, Diablo, those type of like hardcore and like gritty, real, you know, non-traditional games, or those hard era type games in the end game areas. And I say areas because there will be more than one. We are definitely changing the north. There will be additional enemies besides zombies. We are absolutely planning boss fights. So we are inspired by DayZ, but no means a copy. At least time being, it kind of looks similar, but we'll definitely become our own thing in the long run.
Yeah, I think that just because right now there's just not enough features implemented yet to be completely different, but I can already see some definite stylistic choices that are different. The death messages are hilarious. I like the Zombieland. X person X forgot to rule number one cardio and stuff like that. It's just kind of funny to be able to see that kind of stuff, and I can see where some of the architecture choices, like I'm looking at a church right now that is super intense, and it looks like something straight out of Diablo. That I'm impressed with the attention to detail and the way that you guys have been able to make something that, even though it's just it's Minecraft, it's made out of blocks, at the same time has its own feel, especially with when you add the weather patterns like rain or the snow at night. Holy cow. That's so cool to be able to run around and see that kind of stuff.
Yeah, see, I mean, that's something we wish we had more control of. We wish the mod API was already done so that we could do things like force a texture pack or force a certain mod. I mean, that would offer us a lot more customability. But for the time being, we want anyone and everyone who wants to kill some zombies just be able to jump in and go with a vanilla Minecraft client. We don't recommend any particular texture pack or any modifications are needed. It's all done on the server. Any person can just log in, play, have a good time. And that's the way we want to keep it, because for some users it's even hard to find, like, to describe where a file is on a computer, let alone, I mean, we're pretty much everyone listening to this probably knows how to open up their Minecraft jar and throw something in there, but
Mm-hmm.
a lot of other people would have a hard time with just finding a file on their computer. So we want to keep it pretty basic.
Yeah, I think that was something that I was super impressed with when I first started, because I've not totally avoided, but I've never been a big fan of a lot of the heavy mod scene in Minecraft, just because it requires just so much input and so much jerking around with the files. And this was literally just the pay the donation fee on PayPal, log in with the address provided. That simple, done. I was able to play immediately using any of my custom texture packs that I wanted to, and just get started immediately. So that part is very cool. Just kind of the plug and play aspect. And so I'm excited. 1.4, I think, is when the mod API is going to come out, if I recall
Yeah.
correctly. And that way, once you guys start tweaking with the weather patterns, I think that's probably some of the coolest moments in the game so far. It's been, when I've been in the north or something like that, and I've been kind of running around, all of a sudden it starts snowing, it's night and it's dark, and visibility becomes an issue, and that's so cool. That kind of, you get that pulse racing, you're like, oh god, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, see, the biggest thing I would want to change if I had the ability to change anything would be and don't get me wrong, it's fantastic for what it is, but I would love to change the Minecraft music and put more fitting, appropriate music for MineZ in there.
Hmm.
Um, but that's way too far out of the reach at the time being. But we're having a blast with it, and we hope you guys are too. I don't want to eat up too much of your time, but thank you for having me. And if you guys have any more questions, please visit the subreddit. If you have any buildings you want to submit, also submit them to the subreddit. They can be found at reddit.com/r/MineZ.
Yep. And this will be going up on the channel, and we'll be able to show people around. Hopefully, people will be able to get some more on there. It may not be a Yogs cast, but I am very much thoroughly enjoying this, and I think that you guys have a winner on your hands.
Well, I'm glad. Like I said, thank you for having me. And I always try to make my rounds to anyone playing MineZ or live casting or live streaming or YouTube channels and try to drop in and help out with questions or do Q&As or whatever I need to do because, totally faithful and absolutely love the mod I'm working on. And we're really down to earth, easygoing guys. I mean, I just want you guys to feel comfortable. Like if you're donating, I mean, we're not buying Ferraris or anything with it by any means. I work a 10-hour job or 8-hour job depending on the day, and then come home and put 3 or 4 hours in MineZ and try to catch some sleep. So we work as hard as we possibly can on it, and it'll be done when it's done. Sorry, I wish I could give you a better date than that, but with 1.3 around the corner, we just don't know what's going to happen, you know?
Yep.
Until then, donate, and beta test, and have fun, and I'll see you in the game.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, not a problem. Thanks for coming.
Cheers.
Awesome, awesome. So that was really cool. Thank you very much, 8-Bit Hero, for coming in. You are more than welcome to always come harass me in game, on stream, on YouTube. Oh, wow. Nice. Thanks. Great, Minecraft. I think my Minecraft's just freezing up. So that was really cool. That was not something I was expecting. So very big heart to 8-Bit Hero there for joining us. And I think that will be it for Minecraft right now because it's crashing out on me. So let me